Speak. Indeed.
Indeed. What the fuck, dude? Alright. Fine. Perfecto. Fucking perfecto. Let's go. Oof. What happened here? You know how when you fail a map?
Yeah.
What I do is I run my bullshit maps on those maps. To still squeeze the juice out of them. Like this right here, this ain't gonna work though, because that's got temporal chains, and I'm just gonna sell this map. Anything with temporal chains, I'm selling from now on. Because it's just the worst map in the fucking world, literally. Temporal chains is what makes you all slow and shit. That stupid ass map. That bothers the fuck out of me. I hate that map. Not me. I'm out of fucking exalts and divines. I am flat broke. But I have chaos. You sell them for exalts and start from square one. I don't lose none.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about it. I'll make that shit. I'll get a divine right now. I'm not worried about it. I can sell my chaos. I want exalts because I want to play the game. Alright, now I'm gonna sell all 14 chaos for. Yeah. Hell no, that's 196 exalts. So now I get to play. That's you know how many maps that is? Now, 1 out of 10 maps, I could definitely get a divine where I made double my money right there, because that's half. That's about half. Yeah, that's perfect. Trust me, it's an investment. You want to play the game? Just play the game. Alright, I actually won on that fucking map. Where'd it go? Yeah, now I'm back to fresh start. Ooh, all prefixes. Well, I went to go make a shit map and I made a better map because I made a shit map and then I corrupted it and it made it good. Alright, oh yeah, this one I gotta hit. That's what I was doing. It corrupted it to all prefixes and added rarity. So it got rid of the suffixes and added rarity to it. I'm like, oh, even better. Hell yeah. Alright, and no rarity on that one. That's alright. I'm gonna run it as is. Alright, let's see. Curses.
What's up, Sher?
What's up? Oh, this one got temporal chains. Hell no, I ain't running that. And it's got shock ground. That's getting sold. Playing Path of Exile. I'm on YouTube right now. Here, watch this. Fuck that. You ever see this game? Wait, where? I did it in the wrong one. Where the hell is it? If I go here, go here, there, here, there. Alright. Start shares. Alright, is the share screen in that party?
Wait, what do you say?
Is my share screen in the party?
Yeah.
It worked? Okay.
The thrill of the hunt. Lightning strike.
Just wanted to see if I did it.
Oh, I've been seeing you play this game.
You gotta make your own build, so here, I'll show you real quick. Right here's the passive tree. Well, these are the skill gems. These are all my skills. Like, my main one is lightning spear, and then you add different support gems to make it do what you want and add more damage, and you can manipulate everything. So these are all my skills. I was able to make this build where I hit one button and it makes all, see everything you see here? One button makes all that work. And then this is the skill tree. This is where you invest all that into power. See that? And then you have your gear over here for more power and stats and how to put your build. So you gotta take what I just showed you there, all these skill gems and your gear, make them synergize, build it the right way, to be a god.
Wait.
And this is the hardest one. Right here. This is the highest level now.
Need a moment.
Wait, there's voice lines as well?
What's that?
A worthy foe.
I built my character, so a lot of people use build
Yo,
guides.
can you turn up your mic a little bit? I can't really hear you that much.
Hold on. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was showing you like all the gear and the skill tree and the gems is what makes everything work together. Whoa, whoa, I'm gonna die. So one
Wait,
button,
where's your health bar? That's your health bar right there?
no, the blue one's my mana. So mana is what allows you to do your
Stamina.
skills. Yeah, basically, yep.
Direct through the app.
So this is the hardest content in the game right here. Whoa. But it's very
And your
rewarding.
health is... Oh, your life is like right there.
The life is red, the mana's blue. That's their life up top. Whatever monster I'm focused on. But I have so much AoE, and I can hit somebody on one side of the screen, but one of my herald skills will I'll shock everybody on the screen. Because the way I built it. So I built it around lightning. So anytime I shock anything, I have this thing called Herald of Thunder, killing everything on the screen. So all I gotta do is press one button to make all of it work. As long as I crit, if I hit it, if my critical chance is really high, I made sure it was high, so that activates other spells to do other things. Like
That's
those ice
broken.
things. Yeah, you see those ice things? That's mine. So when I crit things, it makes that ice pop up, and that explodes anytime monster, or if I can throw an arrow at the ice and make it explode myself. So every time I crit, I get charge on that ice, and the ice pops up as a cast. See? That ice right there can help me. I can hit it and make it explode, see? And I can shock it with my Herald of Thunder. And it's all from one button. Just one button. That's how I built it.
That's broken. What the heck?
Yeah. It took me about 3 years to be able to make a build like this. It's not easy to do on your own. Most people follow build guides. I make my own builds. Oh!
And this build works out perfectly.
Yep. There's a lot of math involved. Like here, I'll give you an example. So in order to run I have different, like 87% evasion. I need a ton of evasion to get my evasion on my character, which is right now 86 in the middle. You can see it. 86% evasion is really fucking high. It's not perfect. That's one thing I can upgrade. And I'm in the late end game. If I could get that up to 90, that'll be great. That's hard to do because I got to maintain these stats, especially intelligence and dex, to run these skills right here. They all have a certain requirement. So I could also get stats from in here, like 5 to dex, 5 to dex, 5 to strength, you know? So I can squeeze it out of here. Also on my gear, we'll have stats like that has intelligence, but I need resistances too. That got fire resistance, lightning resistance. This one got lightning resistance. And I have to have at least 75% resistances, which is right there, to be capped. 75%. I have my chaos resistance isn't capped. That's the hardest thing to cap in a game. I'm at 21%. So I still have to cap that somehow. And I think it's going to be from changing these gloves to fix everything. I'm going to get these gloves do high damage, but my damage is to the moon right now, so I don't really need these anymore. So I can replace this with something with chaos resistance, and I can still put damage and attack speed on it. So I have to get a certain pair of gloves to fix those two problems that I have right now, which is the evasion and the chaos resistance, and then my build's finished. So I just need to fix that and that. Everything else, I can beat everything in the game. So that's the only time I die is from chaos damage.
Okay, you know what's broken as well? Is that
Come on.
wait no, never mind.
Need more time.
I saw you that you're live on this game.
Yeah.
Your mana's gone.
So you just been grinding this game almost your whole entire life.
Not my whole life. But I played Path of Exile 1 for a while, and then I've been playing this since it came out. It's still in early access. It's been out for about a year now. It's a free game. It'll be free when it comes out. Early access is cost $30. Right now it's still early access. But it's well developed for an early access game. Like, it's a million times better than Diablo. Like, a million times better. A lot harder. It's more involved with the character development. Most people do build guides, though. I don't like doing build guides. I like doing... I think, to me, it's more fun trying to come up with an idea and then being able to make it happen. You know? So I wanted to go to pure lightning build. And I did.
Hold on.
I mean, I have an element
So
of
how
ice,
long
but
have
in
you
that
been
ice
playing
shocks.
this game?
3 years?
3 years?
Yeah.
I'll not
You said it came out like at 1 year.
No, well, Path of Exile 1 is the same thing as Path of Exile 2, so I played Path of Exile 1 for 3 years, and I've been playing this one since it came out. Very similar. If you could play Path of Exile 1, you can play this game. Path of Exile 1 is actually harder. That's another free game. It's free on PlayStation, Xbox, everything. The first version of this. It's a complete game. That game's
Except
complete.
mobile.
Yeah, it's not on mobile, no.
If it was on mobile, then it will be easier.
Well, Diablo Immortal's on mobile. That's an ARPG. This is probably the best ARPG in the world right now. This one right here, without even a doubt. But there are other ARPGs that are mobile, like Diablo Immortal. I don't really like Diablo that much anymore, but it's still fun. See that right there? That's the best drop you can get right there. That's called, that's a divine orb. Yeah, that's pure dopamine there, buddy. That means I've won.
So what is that?
Honey, on the first map I got the divine. So that is currency. So these are exalts right there. These are what you could buy stuff with. See, the market in this game is crazy. There's like, I could go online and buy equipment, chase items and stuff like that. Or you could use it for crafting OP gear. So if I want to make those gloves, I would need all the, those are exalted orbs, and then you have these divine orbs right here. So this divine orb is worth almost about 220 of these right there. And these exalted orbs, 220 of those, goes a very long way with crafting and making maps. So this is pretty much the juice right there. That's what you want, the divine orbs. And then they've got this thing called Chaos Orbs. I don't have one, but that's like this is like your $100 bill. Chaos Orbs are like your $50 bill, and this is like your $20 bill, and then this is like your $1 bill, and then this is your change right there. You see? So a quarter, 50 cents, $1, $20. Chaos Orbs will be $50, and these will be $100. That's basically how the currency works. So basically, I just picked up a $100 bill. That's good. Now, a helmet like this is one of the best helmets in the game. That dropped for me. It's called Alpha's Howl. It gives me 100 spirit. No other helmets in the game give you spirit. Spirit allows me to run heralds and certain skills here that you can't run without spirit. So that is worth 40 divine right there. Okay? 40 of these. So that's a very expensive item. This is worth about 20 divine right there. This is worth about 20 divine right there. This is worth about 2 divine right there. So all that equipment I could buy online if I can't find it, or I could upgrade and buy something else with more divine. So I could buy the same
Okay,
belt right
so-
here. Yeah. So these
Okay,
right
so this is like your, that's like your 200 build, basically.
Yeah, so that, see how it's brown and that one's yellow? This is a unique. That's a unique. That's a rare. That's a rare. It's yellow. But when it goes brown, it's a unique, yellow. So that's a unique, a rare, unique. You see what I'm saying? So the uniques, you can't just build on uniques, but these are broken. Uniques is also what defines your build on what you can do. So what makes this unique right here, this body armor, is that the bottom stat says can evade all hits if you haven't been hit recently. That's busted right there. That means that normally you can only evade projectiles. With this suit right here, I could evade melee as well, can evade all hits if you haven't been hit recently. So as long as, that means 4 seconds. So if I do get hit by accident, because remember, I only have 86 evasion, so I'm going to avoid like 90% of the shots almost. That one shot that hits me, I have to reset that to 4 seconds and not get hit for the all hits that can be evaded, so I could avoid melee shots again. So if I do get hit, I got to basically just dodge roll for 4 seconds until that resets, and then I can evade all melee hits as well, which is completely broken. Okay? So that's that's what makes this chest so good for defense, the bottom stat. This one right here, the bottom stat says adds 1 to 11 lightning damage to attacks per 20 intelligence and adds attack speed per 20 dexterity. Well, let's go back to my stats. I told you before, I'm stat stacking, so I have 200 dexterity and 230 int. So that right there is very busted right there, because I'm getting a buff for all that I juiced up. You see?
Not just that, is that your whole entire kit is basically on lightning.
Yeah.
So that's just...
Well, and then check this out. So here's where it all comes together. Critical hits ignore enemy monster lightning resistances. So as long as I critically hit, they don't have any resistance to lightning. And that's on everything that every type of damage I do. And I trigger lightning bolt every time I critical hit as well, which gives me this on my skill tree. Lightning bolt, which I could add gems to, which I did. Where is it? Where's lightning bolt? And I'm going to show you one last thing. So that's lightning bolt, and then I added these gems. So my lightning bolt deals 25% more elemental damage. It spell echoes, which it shoots everywhere. That's why you're seeing all those lightning bolts go everywhere from the sky coming down. I'll show you later. Yeah, just I can add all sorts of buffs right there with support gems. That's lightning bolt, and because I have that gem on, because this amulet, that gave me lightning bolt, trigger lightning bolt, so I was allowed to add gems to lightning bolt because of that. It automatically put it on my skill section. So now critical hits. This is the last thing I'm going to show you. So if you go over here, I stack critical everywhere I could on my build. I have it completely maxed out. So I'm basically critting every shot now. All right, this is very important. It's a stick. It's one of the most important parts of my build is the crit. Where is it? Oh no, I got to go to skills. So we'll go to lightning spear, advanced info, critical hits. So my critical hits, main hand critical hit damage bonus is 518, which is stupid crazy. Critical hit chance is 41%. Now I have fork on it, so every time I'm going to crit when it forks. You see? So that quadruples basically. So I have 120 crit chance every time I throw a spear because I fork. Watch, I'll show you. The crit is what makes everything come together on the damage part, because it activates everything else, like the lightning bolt, and then it ignores the lightning resistances. You see what I'm saying? So that's basically how you gotta try to. Yeah, you gotta try to put like a brilliant build together in order to play this, or you could just do I used to do build guides, so that's how I learned how to do it, and I was able to see what they were trying to achieve. This map's kind of over. I gotta go get those scullies over there. You can see the yellow skulls. In order to complete the map, you gotta defeat all the elites. I was just dicking around showing you shit. I forgot to kill these guys. I don't want to lose my part on the Atlas, though. I'm in the endgame right now. I completed the campaign, and then it's all about endgame after that, trying to make money and turn your character into a god by buying the best gear in the game or finding it. And how to find the best gear is you run the harder content. So the harder you make the content, the more gear that they drop, and the more money they drop. And that comes with these. These are my maps right here. You can build maps too. So you build your own map. This one's got 75% increased gold found in area, 14% quantity of items, and 19% increased rarity of items found in the area. But it also comes with a downside. So it has 70% more monster life, monsters are armored, monsters break armor, players gain 50% reduced flash charges. So it makes it harder but more rewarding. That's called juicing maps. So basically you can make your maps as hard as you want. You know what I'm saying? And see how it's all smoked out? I added delirium to it, so I made it even harder. That's why the smoke's everywhere. It's called delirium. There's these things you find on the maps that make that look like that. Otherwise, they don't have smoke on it. They look like that. But since these maps, I put delirium on it, and that gives you the stats up top. 24% increased rarity of items. Players are in area are 30% delirious. Delirious means I do less damage, and the monsters are more armored. So, and it makes it harder, which makes it more rewarding. Alright, map's over, and I got another map.
Well, that's why you got critical hits for a reason.
Yeah, you see, I just one-shot everything. Because I have a 518 critical chance bonus. Most people are walking around with 400. Mine's 518. That's super high, bro. And I just bought this today. See, you could buy gems to put in your passive tree. I spent 10 divine on this motherfucker, and it did this. That right there. I put a gem in my tree, and all this stats in the radius get more lightning damage and cold resistance. So it adds, like right there, I got 4% of damage added as lightning damage because of that. So everything I selected in here gets these stats. That's cool, right? All these stats get everything from that gem. So this gem right here allows me to get those two stats on a gem. Small passives in radius grant 3% cold resistance, and then notable passives in radius grant 4% lightning damage. So if I go over here, it added that to these. Cold resistance, gain 4%, gain 4%, you know? So that's, total I gain 12% as lightning damage. And that's another, everything gets shocked, everything. And everything that's shocked takes 20% more damage in this game. So if you shock, they take more damage if they're shocked. Here we go. Here's a good map. I'll show you a good map. Let me run through this shit.
I've broken. Holy.
Yeah, the game's fun. It's all about character building and then farming money to build your character even stronger. To do harder content.
And I saw that your level is 93.
Yeah. I could get it
grinding.
higher. I could get it higher, but it takes forever to level. At 92, I was fine. I don't even really need any more levels. All levels are going to do is give me more passes up here, so I could go grab more nodes places, you know? Like, I could grab that, more evasion, which I need. Increased pin buildup, nah. I could get more critical strike chance.
Well, you have 86 evasions.
Yeah, that's really high, too. Like, don't get it twisted. It's super hard to get higher than that. That's why I don't really know how to get higher than that right now. I gotta get new gloves, really. It's my only chance. The gloves I have are for more damage, but if I take them off, put evasion on, I might cap the evasion. I don't know. I gotta get high evasion gloves, because everything else has high evasion. It's the only place I can fit it.
Like you're dodging everything because of that ability.
Ready. My man is gone. Oh, come in handy.
See, I'm avoiding a lot of damage. They do a lot of splash damage. When you dodge roll, you're almost invincible. Almost.
Sherma?
Yo, I'm here.
I saw how much hours you played. You played 975 hours on the whole entire game. That's a lot.
A little bit.
That's more when I played Marvel Up.
I
Dude,
mean, you gotta understand how hard this map is right here. Anything can one-shot me. I can't let them touch me, really.
I've enough in my pack already.
And I'm not supposed to be one-shotting them like this. But that's why I spent all that money and farmed all that money for the gear. You gotta farm the money and then you gotta buy the gear. This actually dropped for me. This is the best drop I ever got, that helmet. I was so happy when this dropped. It's like the best helmet in the game. Right here. This is the best helmet in the game.
Oh, that one?
That shit is so good right there. It's got a 64 cold resistance on it. That means you don't have to worry about... Resistances are so important. That's what makes this game hard. Like, everything's in layers. You have to have your evasion, your resistances, everything. Otherwise, everything will kill you. They'll just look at you and you'll die. And
yeah,
you don't want to...
one-shotted that old boss.
I'm getting stunned. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Ooh! Yeah, they did a lot. A lot.
I'm blinded right now.
That's bad.
That's alright.
Oh god.
There we go, I live.
How did you get your health back so quick?
I have life leech built into it. I just need to throw a spear or something and it's like a vampire. I have life leech.
Oh, so it's basically like,
I suck damage off of them. It's a life.
Oh god.
You only need a little bit of life leech to stay up. And then flash charges. You gotta have flash charges. So when they die, I get more flash charges. See, L1, if you look down there, L1 and R1, those are my flasks. One's for mana, one's for life. So I'll hit my mana flask right now and I'll get more mana. I only have one life flask right now. Now I have two.
Wait, you only have two?
Yeah. Basically, I'll hit it if I think I'm gonna take damage, so I don't die when I do take it, just to avoid some of the impact. Where's that ball? Oh, there he is.
So that's like a boss.
Yep,
and
he's one of them.
Oh god. You're running out of mana.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
That's so good that you have that low ability where when you throw your lightning bolt, then it just hits everyone. That's broken.
Yeah. You gotta get big clears in this game.
For the fact on Path of Elite the first one, and you have 975 hours on it, is insane. And I play Marvel Rebels almost every single day, and I grind my whole entire life.
I broke my screen. I can't pick nothing up. Look, watch if I.
Double as is.
Hold on, I gotta get out of here. It's not supposed to move like that. I gotta empty out. There's too much stuff. That's all good shit right there. So I can make money off of all that.
So you gotta restart it?
Yeah, see, this is my hideout. My girl plays it, so that's mine and her throne right there. And then so it's set up where that's where you load your maps. See, I could pick on here. This is the atlas. And these towers right here, if you beat them, you put in tablets and it adds stats to that. So not only can I see those stats right there, I stack that, I select that, and then I put a map in there, and I get all those stats because I did the towers, and then adds the stats from that too. So I stack all that right there along with that, and then yep. So I have the stats from this. Watch, hold on. So you go in here and these towers right here. You got to make your way to the towers. Let me show you where there's a tower that I didn't do. So if I were to do a tower, see that tower right here in the smoke? Right there? So I'd have to make my way there, right? And if I go beat that tower, it'll let me select it. Now when I select it, it looks like this. And then I just throw a map in and I beat it. Once I beat it, I throw these tablets in there. You can throw up to 3 tablets. These tablets right here come with stats on them. You can stack 3 of them. See, map bosses grant 3 increased experience, gold found in maps. So I take 3 of these, I pick them, right? I go to my atlas after I beat the tower, and it puts in a big circle. See that circle going around right there? In that radius,
Yep.
it adds all those stats. Now I can stack these towers together. Those circles intertwine. You see? See how they intertwine? So in the middle is where I'm going to get the most stats. So right here is busted. 40% increased quantity. All those stats right there I get. Now I got to do this map first, but yeah, I get all those stats, and then I grab my map that I made and I add more stats that have the map. See, the map's already inside, so it gets all those stats. So then, check it out. Let me make sure my map's done before I open this. Is the map complete? Yeah, no, map in progress. Shit. I gotta finish this. If I don't finish the map, then I can't access the ones linked to it. You gotta beat them to get to the ones linked, if they're not lit up. So I have to finish the map before I could upload another one. Or I lose it. Yeah, there's my gear. Shit, I forgot to empty out my gear. That's garbage, 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 garbage.
Why are you trying to throw out almost all of your stuff?
I know what's good and what's not. Some of it's garbage, some of it isn't. Like that Regal Orb's not. I use that for making maps. Splinters are good. That helps me fight bosses to get more money. If it's tier 3, 2, I don't pick it up. Tier 5 is what you want. Tier 4 is good, but it ain't gonna help my build. Tier 5 is what you want. Then the Waystones are good. Otherwise, the rest of it's junk. I mean, these are okay, but I don't run that. That's from a different type of endgame inscribed. Alright. And then I gotta kill the rest of the bosses to get out of here. Where they at? I gotta find the Scullies. They're to the right. On the top right, it tells you where they are. Exalted Orb. Yeah, that's like a $20 bill. They add up. And you can convert them into divines too. So you can save all the chaos, all the exalted, and turn them into divines. Divines the key to the game. That's the money. You want divines. Look, there's a chaos orb. 20 of those make a divine. 200 will exalts make a divine. You want divines. Everybody charges for divines. It's the most valuable currency in the game. Next to a Mirror Kalandahar, but most people pay 10 years and don't get one of them. And that's worth like 1,000 divine. Alright, this is Breach. This is crazy right here. A lot of mobs on this one. Ah. Alright, here we go.
God, you're taking no damage because of the light leech thing. Oh, Chaos Orb. Okay.
Need more time.
Oh god, you gotta get out of there. God, dang, this is making my game lag. It's making me lag. What the heck is this? I play Rivals, this never happens. Well, it makes sense.
That's called Breach. This is an endgame activity. See that purple line? Monsters spawn in there. It's over now. But that makes them spawn all the monsters. Oh! And that gives you more money. And watch this. Ready? Here comes my Breach Splinters. Bam! 88. Let's go.
By the way, there's a Chaos Orb, like...
Yeah, I got it. Thank you. I gotta go pick that up. Let's see. There it is. Thank you.
Right there.
Yeah, they're huge. You don't want to miss those.
Else.
Yeah, probably by accident. Sometimes I just spam it just to make sure I get it. A Breach Ring. Those are good to craft. Like earlier in the game, a lot of that stuff would have been worth more money to me, but I'm at a point now I gotta just pick up pinnacle items and stuff.
Need a moment.
But again, because of how hard this map is, normally you don't get drops like that. You might get one thing like that in the whole map. So you gotta juice it. You gotta juice the maps. There's another exalted. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So I did good there. Made a little bit of money. I made a whole bunch of splinters. I'll show you a boss real quick. So the reason why I'm getting those splinters is this is why. I'll show you why. This is probably the very end game of what people do is farm bosses. So I'll show you what one of the bosses are like. Dread Fist.
Time is of the essence.
Let's see. I already have
So
that.
you're saying this is like the end of the game, basically?
Well, no, end game is like the game. So it's all about the end game. So these splinters I pick up, they make these seeds right here, and that'll allow me to do a end game activity called simulacrum. What we're about to do right now is take these things, these splinters of breach that I just did with all those monsters, they drop those. That's so that big drop I got at the end. So those splinters, when you get 300 of them, they turn into these hands. And these hands, you throw that in your map device, allows you to fight the boss. So you got to farm the splinters in the activity to get the 300 of them, make that. Oh, I got a sale. See, look, somebody's buying something from me. Listed for 1 divine. So I'm going to invite them. I just sold something. Wait, hold on. Ah! Somebody's buying a ring from me. They just sent me a message. So I'm going to invite them to my party. Where is it? Top 16 market. Alright. Where is he? Alright, so he's gonna come to my hideout. I gotta go grab what he wants. And he wanted... Where is it? What did he want? I don't see it. Oh, it's named Market. There it is. He wants this. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. So I crafted that, and he's gonna buy it. And I just made a divine. You see how that works? The market?
Yep.
So now I have 2 divines here to put into my stash. And I was completely broke before I got on. And now I have 2 divines just from running 2 maps and selling. You see? And now I'm back in the game because I had 10 divines and I literally just bought this like an hour ago and spent all my money on this jewel right here, and I'm testing it and it's busted. It gave me a ton more damage. So now I'm gonna go test it against a boss. And then I'm done. I'm getting on Marvel. So that was the whole purpose of this. Now I already have another hand right here. I have 288, but let me go sell this shit.
Bro, I'm so glad that school's over though.
Pretty cool game though, right? Now this is one more thing I can do after doing that. Go here, get out of there, go to the realm gate, take this map out, put this in there, boom. This is a boss lair. This is one of the end game bosses.
It looks like exactly like yours for some reason.
Well, this is the breach boss. I think his name's Esh. There we go. These guys will lead me to the boss. I'm probably gonna die to this boss because I have him on the hardest version. Because you could put stats into bosses to make them harder. So I might lose. We'll see. He's got like millions and millions of health, so it's gonna be hard to beat him.
And how much damage do you do?
I do millions, but he's got really high health. You'll see. I'll take chunks out of him. He's very hard. This is one of the hardest bosses in the game, if not the hardest. I mean, you gotta do all this just to get to him.
Hold on.
So it's not the hardest boss inside the game?
There's one other one that's pretty hard.
Oh, so it's just getting started right now.
Well, yeah, like this is one of the endgame things you can do is fight bosses, but you got to farm the splinters from the maps like I was doing. So after you get 300 of those splinters, you can make the boss fragment. You put it together, and you come here. But there's other bosses too. So I can fight the delirium boss. There's a whole bunch more bosses you can do. It makes the end game more fun. Like you can sit here and do this all day, farm bosses, and try to win big money. Since the bosses give the most money and the best items. See these gloves
So
right here.
these
Gloves right here. The boss I'm about to fight drops it. This amulet right here. That's how I got the amulet. So I got this, and this from this boss right here. He drops one more item. That's really good. But he also drops divines, and you can get multiple divines if you beat him. But those gloves and that amulet are also worth divines.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is not even the boss. It's just like loot for you.
Yeah, that's the minions. You got to beat that area to get to the boss. This is the boss.
Oh god, this looks like an Elden Ring boss battle. What the heck?
This boss is awesome. Hard as fuck. This is on the hardest level.
Bro, he sounds like Venom if you made his like voice more deeper, bro. I mean, you're doing some damage to him, but you got frozen?
I'm out of mana. I have to wait for my mana to charge. I have no mana. That's why he's hard. He took all my mana to do that damage. All of it. That's crazy. See, I got him almost half.
Can you like 1v1 people?
No. Well, you can have players play with you. Oh! See, he got me.
Oh, he one-shotted you.
Yeah. He will. And if I get touched once, he kills you. That's because I got him on the hard. If I could lower his level, but there's no. I want to beat him on the hardest. I haven't beat him on this level yet. I thought after that, I can get him. I can get him. I shouldn't have got hit there. That was my fault.
You just gotta stay far away from him. That's it. His moves are long range. When short range.
No mana.
Alright, I got plenty of mana now. I'm trying to conserve mana this time. Oh, I shouldn't be back here. I gotta get out of here. I don't know what he's gonna do. What's he doing?
Go back to bed.
Come on.
Oh, he's using his little ice
No!
move.
No! 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 No!
Oh.
Yeah.
You're
Next.
just stuck at that point.
See how hard it is though?
I like it.
So it ain't all easy, bro.
Quiet like.
So that's it. You only get 2 chances out of it. That's just hard as hell,
Wow,
bro.
you got rolled.
Yeah. So he's the hardest in the game. Well, I can't say that because then you have this guy, but he costs a lot to fight him. Like it's so much more to explain the boss system. But there's a one pinnacle boss. If you go here, let me see something. It takes 3 fragments to fight the last boss. So yeah, there it is. Alright, so if you come here in the beginning of the map, there's this place right here. Called the the Burning Monolith. It costs about maybe 6 divine to fight this guy. That's how much the fragments are worth. So I'd have to come here.
Oh, so $600 basically.
Yeah, just to fight this guy. Okay, I need the 3 fragments to put in there. I don't have the fragments. Now, how do you get the fragments? Well, you don't have to buy them. You can get them. They come from these things called citadels, and I don't have any on my map. They're very rare. Let me see if I can find one. It'll be in the smoke somewhere, and you'll see a ray of light. See, that's the nexus spot. You have to look for them. I don't have any. I literally don't have any citadels. So you got to keep unlocking areas to get to the citadels, and you'll see this beam of light. Why don't I have not even one to show you? That sucks. They need to fix that. They don't have enough citadels in the game. So basically, the more you unlock, you'll unlock these things called citadels. And if you beat the boss in the citadel, you get one of his fragments. So he's got 3 sub-bosses you got to fight. You have the iron citadel, the copper citadel, and the stone citadel. You beat all 3. You take those fragments to that area, and then you get to fight him. But it's very expensive. You could buy the fragments, so I could go back to my hideout, right? I'm not going to buy them, no. I'd rather just unlock them later, because I'm not going to be able to fight him on the hardest level yet. I still got to fix my evasion and my chaos resistance. The reason why I'm getting one-shotted by that boss, every final pinnacle boss uses chaos damage. So until I fix my chaos resistance, that's only 21, until I get that to 75, I will get one shot every fucking time by these bosses. So in order to fix that, again, back to gloves. I need new gloves. And then I could beat all the bosses. You know how expensive that's going to be? Yeah. So anyway, let me get out of this.